Welcome to Backwoods Pursuit. I'm Gabe Garish, and today we are taking a look at the new Kowa 55mm compact spotting scope. Kowa recently updated their previous 55mm, which was a favorite of ours that did really well in a bunch of our testing, but it had a few critical flaws, and Kowa addressed those things with this update. It does have a couple of flaws of its own that we want to talk about, but we're going to go over the differences between these two, what was updated, and how that affects the field performance that you're going to see. Make sure to check out our website, backwoodspursuit.com. I'll put a link to that down in the description, as well as a link to the Kowa 55mm spotting scope so you can check it out for yourself. Let's get started. All right, first up, we're going to go over the physical changes, the changes in the specs and how that applies to the body of the spotting scopes. The first thing that changed is the weight. This was one of the big benefits to the 55 here. This thing weighed in at 28.2 ounces on my scale, whereas the new one is weighing in at 33.8. Now, both of these were super close to their advertised weight. The 55 here was advertised at 28.5, so it came in actually a little lighter than the advertised weight, and the new 55 came in exactly at the advertised weight, which is always awesome to see. The next difference here is in the eye relief. The previous model had an eye relief of 16 millimeters, whereas that is upgraded to 17 millimeters in eye relief on the new 55, and that really makes a big difference and did for us in our testing here. Now, one of the biggest changes that we see here with the new 55 is in the magnification range. Previously on the old model here, you have a 15 to 45 magnification range. Because of the new eyepiece that Kowa put on this wide angle eyepiece, which is awesome, but it also decreases that upper magnification and increases the lower magnification. So you have 17 to 40 instead of the previous 15 to 45 of the old model. So there are certainly some benefits to that, and one of the big ones being that it's a lot more user-friendly, but you'll lose a little bit of that magnification in getting that extra wide field of view. Now, speaking of field of view, the update here gave the new model a much larger field of view. Those numbers are, with the previous model, you had a field of view at the minimum magnification of 144 feet at 1,000 yards, versus the new model gives you 210 feet at 1,000 yards. Now, at the maximum magnification, previous model gave you a field of view of 75 feet at 1,000 yards, whereas the newer model here gives you a field of view of 115 feet at 1,000 yards. A huge difference. Now, keep in mind you have 45 as the maximum magnification versus 40 here. That does affect the field of view. Of course, you're going to get more with less magnification, but nonetheless, the experience you get using the new model is exponentially better. Now, as far as the bodies are concerned, you can see there's an update with a little bit of rubber armor here on the new model, but the biggest update really is in the eyepiece. Kowa put the same eyepiece on this as the 66, 88, and 99 have. Main difference being that this one is not removable, so you can't interchange it with one of the other Kowa eyepieces. The overall body length here is still 10.7 inches on both of them, so nothing changed there, but that eyepiece does give you all the benefits of that wide angle, the extra field of view. Adds a little bit of extra weight though versus the previous model. So the old Kowa had the sunshade there, and the new one does as well, so you get that benefit. And the dual focus wheel. One of our favorite things about the Kowa spotting scopes is that dual focus wheel. Now, as far as optical performance, that's one of the things that really improved with the new 55, which I wasn't quite sure if it was going to, because the previous model here was absolutely excellent. But this new eyepiece, the wide angle eyepiece, gave a couple of things that really improved the optical performance here. First thing is it made the eye box a lot more forgiving than the previous model. It's one of the things that made this a little bit uncomfortable to use. You had to be really lined up well to get a full field of view with the previous one, whereas this new one is just like the other, the 66, 88, and 99, where it's really forgiving, and it just gives you that excellent user experience with that. Now, along with that very forgiving eye box, you have excellent edge-to-edge clarity. That's one of the biggest improvements with this new 55. It is absolutely phenomenal. We weren't able to discern really any loss of clarity to the outer edge of the field of view. Really, really phenomenal. The same as the other Kowa spotting scopes. It gives you that same performance in this itty-bitty little package, which can't say enough about. That's one of the biggest things that we are excited about. So that is the new Kowa 55mm compact spotting scope. It is really impressive so far. The changes they made are absolutely fantastic. We're going to continue to use this throughout the hunting season. We've only had this a few weeks, so I haven't been able to do full scope testing on this, but we're going to continue to do so and bring you a full review when that is completed. Drop any questions or comments down in the comments section. Love to help you out if we can. Thanks for watching it today, and we will see you next time.